Hi everybody, Enid and Taylor here. We're just sitting around the house this morning, like most people are right now, and we decided to go ahead and make a video about how to crochet. We've done a couple of knitting videos so far, but this morning we wanted to focus on teaching you how to crochet. So if you don't know, if you've never seen crocheting before, this is something that has been crocheted. This is something that I got started over here. This has been knitted. This has been crocheted. So you can see, hopefully, that they look a little bit different. And with crocheting, instead of using two needles, like with knitting, you just use one hook. So some people find crocheting to be a little bit easier, and maybe something easier if you're just starting off with stuff like this. Maybe it's an easier thing to start with. So if you tried knitting and it was a little challenging, maybe try crocheting. And again, I have all of this yarn. I have tons of yarn that I would love to share with you. I've taken some yarn and some already started pieces like this over to people's houses. I've had some people come pick stuff up off my porch. If you have needles or hooks already and you just need some extra yarn, I'd be happy to share all this yarn with you. A lot of it was donated to me, so I would like to pass it on to other people. So just have someone in your family get in contact with me, and we'll figure out how to get you some yarn. So here's just a quick, I know, just a quick example of what crocheting looks like. And I got to the end of my row here before we get started, and I'll show you closer, do a close-up on my hands if my little partner in crime here will cooperate. Can't make any promises about that. I know. Here. We were eating before we started here. Enid was having some oatmeal and bananas. Maybe just a few more bites, and that'll get you ready. I think she likes the spoon more than anything. She just likes to hang on to that spoon. Okay, I'm gonna get another drink of coffee in my to-go mug, even though I'm not going anywhere. All right, Enid is gonna come over here. Okay, so Enid's ready to go. Point my camera down so you can see my hands. And I'm gonna show you. So this is the hook I'm gonna use. This is a K. Hook sizes are in letters. Needle sizes for knitting are in numbers, but hook sizes are in letters. So this is a K. So the bigger they go through the alphabet, the bigger they get. So like this is a G, and you can see that it is smaller than a K because G comes before K in the alphabet. So I think starting with a K is usually good. I know, you have so much to say. Enid is pretty wild this morning. So I think starting with a big needle, like a K, and thicker yarn is usually good for people who have never crocheted before. So I'm gonna show you, I did a different kind of knot in the last knitting video that I did, but then I figured out there's probably a better knot that I should show you how to do. And that's a neat thing about trying to teach other people how to do stuff, is that you kind of look at the way you do things and say, why do I always do that like that? Is there a better way to do it? So let's make a knot like this. Just go around your finger. Leave yourself plenty of room for your tail here. Then pull this through. Okay. Grab the, instead of pulling the whole thing through, just grab the loop like this and then tighten it. And now I can make this smaller or larger depending on how big my needle is, or my hook, sorry, or needle if you were knitting. So I'm gonna make it like this. I'm gonna leave a little bit of room here. I don't want it to be super, super tight, okay? I want some room here. Okay. I think that's called a slip knot. I worked on a boat one time that was going from Australia to Indonesia and all around Indonesia, a sailboat, and I learned how to do a lot of different knots, but I have since forgotten them. But it's probably a good skill to have. All right, so I've got my loop here, and I'm gonna do 20 chains. So this is your chain stitch. This is how you start with crocheting. If you're getting some crocheting work from me, I'll give you something that's already started, because this part is a little bit tricky, and sometimes it's good to have, oh no, Enid. Sometimes it's good to have it started for you so you can kind of get your hands used to it. But if you make it through this part, just stick with it, then you'll know how to do it pretty well. All right, so I'm gonna take a pause for a moment. Hopefully I can figure out how to put two videos together. I'm learning a lot about technology these days. Let's see what we can do for Enid.